Salve, good morning on this beautiful snowy day. So, this is the story Gladiatores from stage 8. It's the first story in the stage. Clearly, it's about gladiators. So, let's find out what's going on. This stage is interesting. It's kind of fun. So, this, of course, is a story explorer. You could use the book if you'd like, but I'm just going to use this. It's easier for me, probably easier for you. Of course, you can always find the Story Explorer by going to our weekly agendas and finding the link at the bottom of the second page. So let's just get right into us and find out what's going on. Regulus erat senator Romanus. Regulus. Regulus, it's capitalized, so it must be a proper noun. Regulus. Regulus is just his name is Regulus. And what do we know about him? Senator. Well, that's a word that I don't know in Latin, but luckily the word in Latin is the same in English. Senator Romanus. Regulus was a Roman senator. Okay, new character. This guy named Regulus. In villa magnifica habitabat. Habitabat. That was one of our new words. Where was he living? He was living in a villa. What type of villa? Magnifica. Magnificent villa. Villa erat prope nucariam. Villa erat prope nucariam. Another capitalized word, so it must be a proper noun. So the house was near Nukaria. Nukaria is a town pretty close to Pompeii. So we have this guy Regulus. We know he's a senator. We know he's rich because he lives in a big house, a magnificent house, and we know he lives near Nukaria. Let's find out more about this. Nucarini et Pompeiani erant inimici. So Nucarini are just the people of Nukaria. Pompeiani obviously are the people from Pompeii. But what were they? Inimici. Can't remember if this is one of your vocab words or not. They are enemies. Pardon me. They were enemies. They were unfriendly. Nucarini, comma, quod amphitheatrum non habebant, comma, saepe ad amphitheatrum Pompeianum veniebant. This is a long sentence. So Nucarini is our subject because it's nominative. The people of Nukaria, comma, because amphitheater not have or had or were having, it's imperfect, because they did not have an amphitheater. Saipe is one of the vocab words. Often to amphitheater of Pompeii, they would come. Okay, so the Nucarians, even though they were on unfriendly terms, they came to Pompeii because Pompeii has an amphitheater and Nucaria does not. But Saipe erant turbulenti. They were often rowdy. Does this happen in nowadays? If people come into a city to see a sports team, and it's perhaps an enemy city, how do they act properly all the time? I don't think so. Regulus, olim, spectaculum splendidum in amphitheatro aidit, quad diem natalem celebrabat. Another long sentence. Regulus, once a splendid show in the amphitheater presented. He once presented a splendid show in the amphitheater because he was celebrating his diem natalem, his birthday. Okay, he put on a great show in the Pompeian amphitheater because it was his birthday. Multi nucarini igitur ad urbum venerunt. Multi nucarini, therefore, to the city venerunt. They came. Regulus is one of their hometown guys. He's holding a show in the amphitheater. They want to go see it. Cives Pompeiani erant irati, quad nucarini vias, complebant. That would make me mad too. The Kiwis, the citizens, the Pompeian citizens were errati because the Nucarians, streets they filled. This big crowd of Nucarians coming into Pompeii. Omnes tamen ad forum contenderunt, ubi nuntii stabant. Omnes, this is a word from last stage, right? It means all, but here we want to use it to talk about people. So we make everybody. Everybody, tamen, however, to the forum they hurried. So they're not going to the amphitheater, they're going to the forum, which is on the other side of Pompeii. So they really are filling the streets. What's in the forum? Ubi nuntii, more than one, plural messengers, where messengers, stabant, were standing. Nuntii, spectaculum optimum, nuntiabant. The messengers, the best show were announcing. Okay. So the Nucarians come into the city, they go to the forum, everyone goes to the forum, and they hear about the best show. So what's so good about this show? What are the announcers going to announce? They say, gladiatores ad sunt. Ad sunt is an old word. The gladiators, are here. How many? Viginti gladiatores hodie pugnant. 20 gladiators today are fighting. Now, the next couple of sentences tell us more specific types of gladiators, which we'll talk about in another video. Retiarii ad sunt. Net fighters are here. When they fight with nets, that doesn't seem useful. Murmelones ad sunt. So murmelo, they say, is a heavy armed gladiator. They're probably the ones that you think of if you can picture a gladiator in your head, that's probably the one you're thinking of. Bestiarii, bestias, feroces, agitant. So we have bestiarii, beast fighters, bestias feroces, beast fighters, wild beasts hunt or chase. Net fighters are here, murmelos are here, beast fighters are chasing beasts. Oh, sounds like a good show for a Roman. Pompeiani. Postquam nuntios audiverunt ad amphitheatrum, quam celerime contenderunt. Pompeiani, the Pompeians, after the messengers. Ooh, that's got to be an accusative because the messengers they message, they don't hear themselves. Pompeians are the subject. After they heard the messengers to the amphitheater, quam celerime is a little phrase, means as quickly as possible. Contenderunt, they hurried. Pompeians, after they heard the messengers, hurried as quickly as possible to the amphitheater. They want to get there before the Nucarians get all the good seat. Nucarini, quoque ad amphitheatrum festinaverunt. The Nucarians also to the theater they hurried. Everyone wants to get there. Omnes vehementer clamabant. Omnes, all, everybody, loudly, violently, loudly was shouting. Everyone was shouting loudly. Pompeiani et Nucarini, postquam amphitheatrum intraverunt, tacuerunt. Oh, okay, so they were shouting, the Pompeians and the Nucarinians. After the amphitheater they entered, they fell silent. Why would they become quiet all of a sudden after they were being so loud and rowdy? Because primum pugnam expectabant. Primum pugnam, the first fight they were waiting for. where they were awaiting. Okay, that's the story. That's the story about the gladiator. The first story. We haven't actually got to the fight yet, which we'll do next week because snow day kind of put a cramp in everything we were going to do. Regulus is a Roman senator. Regulus is holding a gladiator fight for his birthday. Regulus is from Nukaria. Nucarians and Pompeians are not on friendly terms. Those are four things you need to remember as we go forward. What comes next is an actual thing that really happened in Pompeii, um, which we'll see. So, hope you were following along. Hope you found this useful, and I'll see you when I see you.